One of my favorite things about real estate is that we're invited into all of our clients' stories. Some of them, they're just beginning, some of them are ending, and I've got a story for you today about a neighbor who helped a neighbor who helped a charity and almost didn't sell their house, but luckily at the end it all worked out. So my name's Tiffany Fykes, the Fykes Realty Group, and I want to share a story with you today. So when people are moving out of their home, sometimes they're moving into assisted living, sometimes they die, they have to name someone to take care of things. It's the executor or it's their power of attorney, and most of the time it's somebody in their family. But we often help people who don't have any family left. And who do they name? It has to be someone they know, a friend, or in this case, a neighbor. And what is interesting is we've actually helped this woman who helped another friend. So she helped her neighbor as the executor of his estate, and she's helped a friend as her power of attorney. And it's a lot of responsibility to be put on one person. But luckily for her, she knew about us. We've helped her in the past. And so when this gentleman was passing away, she was helping him. And on his deathbed, she got him to write a will. Handwritten, giving his property to charity, the proceeds of his estate to charity, and she knew enough to get him to write something down because he didn't have a will. So then what happens next? All right, we need to sell the house so that the charity can get their proceeds. That's what he wanted. And so we got to work. We found them a buyer. It was a house that needed a lot of work, and we had somebody who was super excited to do that work. We get to about a week before closing, and we discover the title company is not happy with the handwritten will. Whether it had been probated or not, they needed actual sign-offs for the house for everybody who could possibly be his heirs, like long-lost cousins, anybody who could possibly be related and have some legal claim. Now, we've done this in the past too, and it has taken months and often leads to sales falling apart. But in this case, we had 1 week, and we didn't get it done in a week, but with the title company and our real estate team and the neighbor at work, we were able to track down all 7 heirs. They all signed off without demanding anything. Obviously, this is what he wanted to do with his property, so they weren't going to stand in his way. We only had a week's delay because the buyer was willing to wait a little bit, but not months for the property. And so we had a ticking time bomb that we needed to get done in order to hold the sale together to help the neighbor and to help the charity. So that was a sale that was to be, probably wasn't to be, but then in the end came together. What I love the most is the charity one, the neighbor who had a lot of stress making sure that this was the best thing for this gentleman's estate and for this nonprofit. She was relieved of a lot of that stress knowing that we were handling it, and we were able to get it to closing for that charity.